नीचे रख लीजिए, नीचे नीचे नीचे। हाँ यहाँ से लगा सकते, यहाँ भी लगा सकते। हाँ हाँ
कहाँ है? यहाँ वो
इधर इधर लगा।
यहाँ लगा दीजिए, लगा दीजिए। ओके। So, good afternoon. Yeah. So, first of all, I'll give you overview of our institute. Okay. Our institute organization's name is the Northeastern Regional Institute of Water and Land Management. So, this is under the Department of Water Resources, that River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation, or Ministry of Jal Shakti. So, this is for entire Northeast, all Northeastern states, that means 8 states we are covering. So, regarding the mandates, I want to tell you that there are 3 basic mandates. One is capacity building, that training and knowledge dissemination in water and land management aspects. Then second is research and development, research on irrigation, hydrology, climate impacts, and sustainable resource management is another mandate. And then third is the technical support program. To the state governments, because they also request for providing technical support on different aspects like irrigation management, water management in irrigation projects, so different aspects, so implementing different water and land management projects, so funded by Government of India like PMKSY, Horkhet Kopani, that AIVP programs, and then PDMC, these different components are there, so under PMKSY. So we support to the state government, also to the ministry, because concurrent studies are also required for funding subsequently from the ministry for release of fund. So we provide a fund for that. We provide a study and technical backup services to the state governments. Then training is one of the main component that we provide the training to the state government officials, then NGOs, to the private sectors, to the students. Then that award is MTech in water resource management, and then PhD in water resource management. These 2 programs are also considered as a long-term training program. Okay, 2 years program, and a PhD is a 3 years program. So we develop the capacity. Aim of these programs are to develop the capacity of the people who are working in water sector in the Northeast in different implementing departments. So, in different that we already achieved last year, we already achieved the target. Our target was 2,100 to train 2,100 officials, but we achieved 2,800 officials. So, similarly, in different categories also we achieved the target. MTech in water resource program. This program is any technical person are there among you? Is there any technical person? That means engineering background? Anyone having engineering background? No. No one is from engineering background. So anyway, in CSS service in our ministry, so there are many employees. They are from technical background. That means having degree in engineering. So this program we started in 2019, and up to 7 batches we enroll 82 students. Now 8 batches, enrollment for 8 batches is going on for all India level examinations. Graduated 49 students up to 5th batch, and then got employment 36 students, almost 75% pass out students got employment. Then the 6th and 7th batch, total 31 students are pursuing. This course is integrated with 4 different labs like hydraulics lab, irrigation lab, serving lab, soil and water testing laboratories. So publication also, we have a strong footprint on research publications. We have more than 75 publications made since 2014 in different reputed journals, and national, international seminars, and then scientific journals. So R&D studies, we contributed a lot to the R&D studies. So irrigation planning, we contributed different studies because for surface water, Central Water Commission is the authority that they prepare different policies, they prepare the major projects, DPRs, okay, for different irrigation project, water resources project. And our institute, we contributed the semi-detailed soil survey. Semi-detailed soil survey, which is one of the mandatory part of that DPR, we contributed for different projects that is under irrigation planning. That irrigation evaluation and monitoring studies, we conducted such studies for PMKSY, ABP, component Horkhet Kuka Pani, then par drop more crop for the states of Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, and for BTC area also from Assam. Then command area development water management, probably you know about this CAD water management program of the ministry. How many of you are aware about this CAD and water management program? So you can raise hands. CAD water management, command area development and water management. Do you have any idea? PMKSY, do you have any idea? Please note down. So PMKSY, one of the major program going on in a country. Then our ministry is funding this AIBP component, Horkhet Ko Pani. These are coordinated by our ministry. Okay, please note down. So Horkhet Ko Pani has two components. One is surface water and groundwater also. Groundwater is coordinating by Central Groundwater Board. Okay. That is one of the important programs of our ministry, Prime Minister Krishi Sinchay Yojana, PMKSY. Then we also made the assessment of Sampavati major irrigation projects of BTAD. Then irrigation performance study of completed projects. We already completed two projects of Assam, then submitted report to the Central Water Commission. Then one more project, that socio-economic survey, socio-economic evaluation we completed. Then Arunachal project, one project, and Nagaland also one project we completed. These are all major medium projects. For which it is post impact evaluation, that is performance evaluation study completed, and these are all funded by the Central Water Commission, by our ministry. Then groundwater quality aspect also studied by the institute. Drinking water quality assessment, we studied the entire northeast, the characterization of drinking water. So we detected so different contaminants that are present in groundwater like iron, fluoride, arsenic, hydrocarbons, etc. And accordingly we suggested measures to the government, and the report submitted to the regional body Northeastern Council. You know that Northeastern Council is the organizations, is the agency for development of Northeastern region. Okay, so that report we submitted. Then planning and development studies we conducted for different districts like Dhemaji district, Karbi Anglong district, etc., North Coastal districts, that National Food for Work program, perspective plan for Sunipur district. Then soil erosion assessment and control measures, that are studied for 7 districts of Assam, and accordingly government of Assam prepared their DPR. Based on our suggestion, they prepared the DPR and they implemented that integrated watershed development projects in these states. Okay. Then watershed management evaluation studies conducted under NWR DPRA in Mizoram, Nagaland, Assam, then Kokrajhar, Manipur, Orissa, then different Hailakandi, Tinsukia, so these different districts, these projects are studied and reports submitted to the Ministry of Agriculture, NRM division, Natural Resource Management division. Then geoinformatics and GIS applications in water resources. So based on GIS analysis, that projects were the scientific studies were implemented for natural resource data management systems. Then all these studies are sponsored by DST, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. These are all sponsored studies. Then environment, river and other studies on water resource management, these studies are also made, mostly this environment and impact assessment of hydropower projects. Then morphological study of the rivers, then livelihood problems. Then probably you know about this development of water resource project by China. Anyone of you are aware? Are you aware about this development of water resource project by China? That we made the assessment of real economic impact on Indian side during the lean season of diversion of Brahmaputra water by China. That study has been made by our institute and submitted the report to our ministry, Government of India. That is finalization process is going on. Okay. Then we made another important study with a livelihood program or livelihood problem and probable lasting solutions for displaced people due to bank erosion in Brahmaputra Valley. That serious problem is going on. Like the loss of livelihood by the people residing in 2 districts. That when we placed that governing body, our institute headed by the Honorable Minister of Jal Shakti, Honorable Union Minister of Jal Shakti, then he directed us that the studies should be taken up by the institute in 2 districts where major problems are there. So we studied this Sunitpur district and then Bishwanath district and then Dorong district, and we suggested the measures that we suggested that some livelihood package also should be there. So as per minimum requirement, that study report already approved by the Honorable Minister, then we are going to submit to the government for further necessary action. So the institute also produced some knowledge product because it is a knowledge institute. So we made the publication on traditional water management practices of Northeast India. So recently these 2 books are released, that is prepared jointly by this Brahmaputra board and then our institute. Then we prepared 5 documentary also, traditional water management practices in Northeast India. So these are the glimpses of different studies that I already told you, that semi-detailed soil survey, that another program is going on, that state-specific action plan for water sector for 19 states of the country. So all these 19 states, the institute is coordinating, is a nodal agency of National Water Mission. National Water Mission recognized the 2 organizations, entrusted the work to 2 organizations. One is National Institute of Hydrology, they are coordinating for 16 states, and our institute NERIWALM is coordinating for 19 states. Okay, so these are at different stages. So this I already told you, that livelihood problem that we submitted, that there are 324 erosion affected households we identified and facing a severe problem of livelihood because they lost their agricultural land. Then they have no livelihood. So we suggested that there should be some livelihood options, alternatives should be given to the people which are landless, not land based. Okay. So then PM KSY, that I already told you, we conducted the study in different institutes like Meghalaya, Assam and then Arunachal Pradesh. Then another important study is going on, that comprehensive study on sustainable development of irrigation sector of Assam. So that study is going on for 35 districts of Assam, in which we prepared a plan for all 35 districts and we identified the 11 high irrigation potential zones across the state, and where the irrigation coverage is very less, 4 to 5% only. We suggested suggested different measures, and so that the irrigation potential of those areas can be developed, and total highly potential areas to be developed in 35 districts is around 21 lakh hectare, and ultimate potential of the state is 27 lakh hectare. So, so different measures, different projects that for implementation of the program, even through this conjunctive use of both surface and groundwater we suggested there. Then good water management practices in Northeast India for better machine management, that there are outcomes that for study already been prepared and submitted. Mostly these are for efficient use of water resources, improve livelihood and income generation, then the skill development in integrated farming, etc. Women participation and entrepreneurship promotion, then replicable model for sustainable basin management in Northeast India. These are the main activities, overall activities I want to tell you. Then I will go to the specific subject. Specific subject on that overview of the water resources. Okay. Overview of the water resources. So let me switch over. Yes. next slide. No, 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 live. You want to do live now? You want to do live or what? Already it is live. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay then. Yes, this one. Okay. Yeah. This one. Okay. So previous. So let us come to the overview of water resources of the country. So during my introductory speech also I have told you, since you have already joined in under the Ministry of Water Resources, so you should have the overall idea of water resources of the country. So how this because our country is a vast country. So current population is how much? 1.5. That means in crore. One is just less than, I think, around 147 crore. Okay, current population of the country. Okay, but at the time of independence, how much was the population? Any idea? At the time of independence, it was only 59 crore. Okay. So due to this this increase of population, but due to increase of the population of the country, that demand for water is also increasing. Okay. So per capita demand is also increasing. That demand for different sectors are also increasing. So that is why this major main challenge before us. We are being the water managers, we are being the main institutions. That means I want to represent, I want to tell this ministry, through institutions I want to tell the ministry that our ministries are responsible for planning, management of the water resources of the country for this increased population, then increased demand of water day by day. Okay. So that's why this in the 21st century our main challenges are, what are the main challenges of 21st century for water management? That the number one requirement is increasing day by day. Okay, we have to meet this increased water demand. Okay, increased water demand. What is the water demand per capita per day? Any idea do you have? Do you have any idea? Per capita water demand, per capita water requirement, as per Indian standard, all different purposes. So including everything in urban areas, per capita water demand is 135 liter per capita per day. 135 liter per capita per day. That is for urban areas. So please note down. 135 liter per capita per day as per Indian standard. Okay, as per Indian standard for urban areas. You know about the Indian standard? So different Indian standards are there. Okay. So as per Indian standard norms, 135 liter per capita per day is the water requirement in Indian urban areas. Okay. So based on which we design different water resources projects, so that includes different components are there. So for drinking, for washing clothes, for different purposes. So per person 135 liter. But what about the rural areas? What about the rural areas? Do you have any idea about the rural areas? Rural areas, initially when this rural water supply schemes were developed, it was considered only 45 to 50 liter per capita per day. But in the rural areas also, that has enhanced and that requirement is increased in rural areas also. So now it is considered around 75 to 80 liter per capita per day at present for rural areas. So that is one challenge, that due to improvement of the standard of living of the people, due to improvement of the overall economy, improvement of living standard, this water requirement is increasing day by day. So you have to meet we all the water managers, we are all in the same group. No, we are performing different activities, but we have to meet the enhanced water requirement of the people of the country. So for different purposes. So the main challenge is that another challenge is that non-availability, that variation of the water in different region, spatial variation. Okay. So that yes. So due to which we are facing the problem of environmental sustainability, food security, that economic growth and social development. Okay. So after independence, if you see that our country faced the food security also, that food production was not sufficient at that time. Okay, so we faced the food security, that insufficient of the food at that time after independence. But gradually, due to development of the proper development of the water resources and development of the irrigation projects in the country, now we have improved the scenario in the country. And now what is the status? What is the status? We are, even food production, we are self-sufficient. And what we are producing, what about the production of the this major food grain? What is our major food grain? Main food grain, rice? Rice. In production of rice, what is the position of India? We are now this first position. India is producing world largest rice producing country. Okay. World recently, even earlier it was second position, that is true. China was first, but currently we are in the first position. We are producing the largest rice in the world. Okay. And what about this? It is due to this proper development of the water resources. So without water, you cannot, that is not possible. Okay. And what about this base quality of rice? Do you know the base quality of rice? Basmati. Okay. What about this productivity of the basmati rice? India is in the top. Okay. India is producing this base quality of top position in base quality of production of the rice, also basmati rice. That is also possible because of proper water management in a country. So proper water management must be there. Then other that input, other that will be required, like this high yielding variety, improved this fertilizer, this pesticide, that this will come later. So, but still this country is facing this serious water stress due to this population, that increasing demand, insufficient usage, that regional disparities are there. So this you know that 2.4% of the land and 4% of the renewable water resources, annual average participation, it means we have more water resources than the world average. But proper utilization, that is the main issue. Efficiency, that is the main issue. So this world population is 18% covering, India has about 18% of world population, but per capita average availability is very low. Per capita availability is very low. We have to, that it was 1460 meter cube per annum, it was in 2019, but we have to improve. So that decreasing continuously due to continuous increase in population. That is the another challenge. That challenge before us, that improve the efficiency of water management. Improvement of efficiency of water management. So that I already told you, that large spatial variation in water availability across the country, large temporal variations, not only within India but also across the years. Then spatial and temporal variations are likely to further increase due to climate change. Okay, climate change factor is also there. Okay. So this is the overall picture of spatial variability of rainfall in the country. That the average variation is, average rainfall is 1170, around 1100 millimeter or 1200 millimeter. Maximum rainfall where you get in Serapunji Mosinam area. How much quantity? More than 11,000 millimeter. Okay, this is the normal rainfall. Okay, in hydrology we call it the normal rainfall. This is the average 30 years data. Okay. So in some parts, western minimum, we get around 100 millimeter rainfall also. This Rajasthan and then Gujarat, that area, we are getting the minimum lowest rainfall around 100 millimeter. Then basin wise, if you see the basin wise per capita water availability in some of the basins, it is highest. Brahmaputra and Barak basin is quite high compared to other basins. In some basins like Ganga, Indus, etc., these basins are, because water demand is very high in such basins. Okay, so that is why it is almost that in an alarming stage. Okay, so regarding rainfall, temporal variation, because rainfall is the primary source of water. Rainfall is the primary source of water. So we get maximum rainfall, more than 75% rainfall in monsoon season. Okay, in monsoon season we get 75% rainfall. Then pre-monsoon and post-monsoon, then lowest rainfall we get. Patna moi training area ta taso Brahmaputra board Guwahati. Koman moi ruba moi to koi do moi lecture di aso. Okay. So this is the temporal variation of the rainfall in a country. In northeast, for last I think 2 years, around 2 years, you are residing in northeast. Okay, so though you are from different parts, so in northeast also we get around 80% of rainfall in this monsoon months. Okay, and remaining we get post monsoon and pre monsoon season, and winter almost less, sometimes no rainfall also. Okay. This is the scenario. Yes, that I already told you that rainfall is the principal source. It recharges groundwater, feeds rivers, support agricultural activities, sustain ecosystems. So it is 70%, more than 75% of the India's water resources are directly dependent on the rainfall. So then come to this regional distribution of the water. Okay, how it varies. So in northeast India, it varies from 2000 to 11,000 millimeter, that you got already known to you. Western Ghat area 2000 to 7,000 millimeters. So mainly heavy orographic rainfalls, especially on windward side. Then into Gangetic plains 600 to 1500 millimeter. Then Rajasthan and Gujarat area is the lowest rainfall region, 100 millimeter to 500 millimeter, very less, lowest rainfall. But now due to different interventions and conservation practices, that now improving. Now it is improving in Rajasthan and Gujarat area also, that which I observed in last few years. Then central India, that 800 to 1400 millimeter. Then southern peninsular, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Karnataka, that area is 600 to 1200 millimeter. This is region-wise rainfall pattern. Then this different rainfall distributions. Mostly we get southwest monsoon during from June to September, 75% to 80% of total rainfall. Northeast monsoon October to December. Then pre-monsoon showers we get during March to May. Then post-monsoon shower also October to November. This months we get, but others are very small quantity. So mostly we get southwest monsoon, June to September, major portion of the. So this you know about this how it arrives, then withdraw, then breaks in monsoon, then retreating monsoon. Okay. So mostly we get monsoon in June, starts in June. Okay, in Kerala, then withdraw started in mid of September, November, or September, October. Okay. Then spatial distribution of the rainfall, that there are western disturbances, that cyclonic rainfall also. Then these are different factors which are affecting the rainfall distribution in a country. So they are different, like orographic, then mountain position of the mountain also affects, then latitude, longitude, then distance from the sea, then monsoon winds, jet streams, El Nino and La Nina effects. So these are the different factors distributing the rainfall. Then implication of the rainfall that generally mainly affect that water resources planning, then agricultural activities, because without proper without this requirement, exact requirement of the rain water, the water requirement which is required for this development of crop, so we cannot plan any agricultural activities. So that affects that flood and droughts, that urban water management. So these are the implication of rainfall patterns. Then this under surface water resources we cover generally this freshwater resources we cover generally river, lake, reservoir, tanks, ponds, etc. This sustainable management of all these water resources, sources of water, is vital for agriculture, drinking, water supply, industries, energy production, and environmental health of the country. Okay. Then you about this surface water resources, this statistics. So because I am going quickly because of the time constraint. Okay. So we spend time during introduction portion also. Yes, 20 major river basins of the country, which exceeds more than 20,000 square kilometer. Okay. Ganga, Godavari, Krishna, Brahmaputra, Indus, Mahanadi, Jamuna, Narmada, Tapi, and Kaveri. These are the major river basins and their catchment areas. And the key states they are covering, and then finally their basin. Okay. This is the overall. Okay. So then most of these rivers are monsoon dependent, leading to high seasonal flows. So mainly this southern part of the country is facing this scarcity of water, and northern and northeastern part of the country is generally water surplus region. Okay. Water surplus region. So that is why probably you know about this interlinking of river basins. Do you know about interlinking of river basins? So that is, I'll tell you, there are some slides, I'll tell you briefly about this interlinking of river basins also. Then there are lakes and wetlands in which this studies, strategies are going on for development of these lakes and wetlands. We also started in collaboration with the Brahmaputra board for development of the wetlands, specifically in the river island. There are reservoirs. So India has created over more than 5,000 large dams as per National Register of their large dams in 2022. Live storage is even around 257 billion cubic meter. Okay, there are major reservoirs and then different small reservoirs also. Okay. These are the state-wise contribution of the surface water resources, different state and then their beneficiary areas contribution mainly from different basins. Then Assam and the Northeast, Arunachal Pradesh and Northeastern states, they contributed for this Brahmaputra basin, largest per capita water availability, but the frequent flood and other issues are water related issues are there. Okay. Then irrigation, you know that the share of surface water is the highest in irrigation, it is more than 80%. Okay. In irrigation, consumption of surface water is the highest, that is more than 80%. 80%, sometimes some assessment it may come about 85% also, but it is more than 80%. Domestic 6%, industry 5%, energy generation, hydropower still less, so though it is called a green energy is 5% and other are around 1%. So these are the challenges in surface water, that reasonable availability is the one issue, then pollution in the surface water sources, that is another issue, over reliance on dams, storage, etc. That is also and then one of the important issue, that the siltation in the storage created in artificial or this man-made or natural storage, that siltation is also one of the issues. Inefficient water use, because What about the water use efficiency at present in our country? Water use efficiency of the irrigation projects in our country? It's very less, even below 40% water use efficiency for irrigation in the country, because irrigation is the largest consumer of water. But in this sector still efficiency is very less, around 30 to 40%. Even some projects are performing even below 20% also. Okay. Now this Government of India and our ministry is trying to improve this water use efficiency of this sector by through a new centrally sponsored scheme, MCAD. Do you know about MCAD? Modernization of Common Area Development Program. Please note down this name of the program, MCAD program. Already this pilot projects started by the ministry, and then it will be started a full-fledged program from this financial year. Okay, that pilot projects are going on. Then inefficient water use is also one of the major challenges in surface water management of our country. Then interstate and international disputes are also there. You know some of the issues that sharing conflicts between the states, even international issues are also there, that India's water treaty with Pakistan, you know, about okay. Then within the country, our ministry started different flagship programs like Namami Ganga program, okay, which is one of the largest river rejuvenation program in the world. Okay. So different components are there. So I think you have attended the program in IGOT, attended the IGOT course. So IGOT course is there, so you can attend the course. So detailed course module is there for Namami Ganga program. Then Jan Shakti Abhiyan, this focuses on rainwater harvesting and watershed management. Then river linking project, already Ken Betwa link is a first project started by the ministry. Then National Water Mission, this is a part of the National Action Plan on Climate Change, aiming for water conservation and equitable distribution. Then Atal Bhujal Yojana mostly focuses on community-driven groundwater management and indirectly reducing the pressure on surface water. And we consider this Atal Bhujal Yojana groundwater as a reservoir of water, future for our future. So there are many challenges. Then again, climate change, increasing demand, conflict. So we need one integrated approach towards the surface water management. That is, which is the essential thing. Then groundwater. So equally, groundwater is also equally important. But we are also a good consumer of the groundwater. Is one of the critical natural resources that is essential for drinking, irrigation and industrial use, and India is the largest consumer of groundwater in the world. We use extract groundwater mostly even more than USA and China both combined. We use for different purposes large amount of groundwater. Okay. So this is the status, total annual groundwater resource in different years. Annual extractable groundwater resources, annual groundwater extractions, stage of groundwater development is at present 60%. Okay. So agriculture for groundwater use even around 65% of irrigation supported by groundwater. Okay. And drinking, 85% of rural drinking water supply schemes are relies on groundwater, and industrial use also. These are supported by the groundwater. So this is the groundwater distributions and the availability in different region wise. Okay, some region it is very high, like in Gangetic Plains. Peninsular India it is moderate to low. Eastern India is also high. Then Western India is low, and the Northeastern India is also recognized as high groundwater availability zones in the country. Then the issues and challenges, that overexploitation, that is one issue, because we are using large quantities of groundwater for different purposes, mainly for irrigation, drinking, etc. So 21% of India's groundwater assessment units are categorized as overexploited. Okay, and in these states also. Then pollution is another challenge, that different pollutants are there, arsenic, fluoride, nitrate, etc., due to which we need treatment measures when we want to use for drinking water purpose. Then declining water table, in many places it is, water table is going down. Okay. So what about in your place? Do you have any idea in your place? Water table? But we should be conscious about the use of the groundwater. Then, so for which, due to which this declining water table is going down, depletion of the water table is there in the many places, mainly in the urban areas due to over exploitation. Then quality issues are there. That I have already told you. That groundwater management efforts are going on by the ministry, so different regulations already been implemented. Water harvesting and artificial discharge of groundwater. Do you know about water harvesting? What is water harvesting? Water harvesting, we harvest rainwater. And what is how we use the rainwater? One is storing for use for direct use, and another is for recharge of the groundwater. Okay, there are basically two components. First, we have to assess the requirement. Okay, so even in the northeast, some cities. Do you know about Uzzal? Uzzal, Mizoram. Rainfall is how much? Do you have idea about rainfall of the Uzzal? Around 4,000 millimeter. 4,000 millimeter. But still water scarcity is there. Okay. So Regional Institute of Paramedical Science entrusted NERIWALM to study this water requirement of their campus, and we are making assessment of rainwater harvesting provisions. Okay, how this campus can be maximum relied upon this rainwater harvesting. Okay. So because rainwater harvesting is required because currently this institute is since it is a hilly state, so surface water availability is very less. So they get most of the water from the rainwater only. So that plan is going on. Then National Aquifer Mapping and Management Program, that is a ongoing program by Central Groundwater Board. So objective is to systematically map, characterize and manage the groundwater resources of the country to ensure sustainable use. Okay, that program is going on by Central Groundwater Board, starting in 2012. So this different aspects they are conducting under that scope, like mapping. Then phase 1 is priority areas they identified, aquifer mapping, that output they prepared, then data collection, then stakeholders. So different components are there under NEHARI program. So these are different components of aquifer mapping. So surface and subsurface studies, that aquifer characterizations, groundwater quality aspects, groundwater modeling, that developing 3D modeling for aquifer systems, then management plan. So customized groundwater management strategies for each block and district level in a plan has been included. Then importance part that different aspects are there, the scientific planning, the sustainability, climate resilience, and water security, all these different aspects are integrated within NEHARI program. Then inter-basin water transfer, that linking of river basins, that I have told you that National Water Development Agency, which was set up in 1982 to study this river linking of the country. So how these different river basins can be integrated, because in northern and northeastern part of the country that the river basins are water surplus. Okay. So that can be integrated with other parts of the country, so that the excess water can be diverted to other parts of the country. That already that the Ken-Betwa link is going on, that Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri link also proposed to address the southern water needs. Okay. So these are different benefits and challenges. Okay. Benefits will be improved irrigation and food security will be there. India will be a food surplus nation. We will be exporting to all the South Asian and major countries who are food deficit countries of the world. Will be main food producer in the world. Okay. Then hydropower generation, because power demand is increasing day by day. So this through this transfer of water we will be able to generate green power. Okay, that is another. Then third objective is the drought and flood mitigation program. So that drought of many places like mostly southern part of the country, that also can be mitigated, and a flood in northern and northeastern part of the country also can be minimized. So but there are challenges like environmental challenge, social, economic and political challenges are there. Okay, because there are some environmental issues. Okay. Then interstate issues, major water disputes. Okay, major water disputes. Kaveri River, Krishna River, Mahanadi, Ravi Vyas, these rivers that you already you are probably aware about these water disputes. Okay, interstate disputes. Resolution mechanisms also been done by framework has been created by the ministry, like Interstate Water Disputes Act 1956, River Board Act 1956. Then recent some reforms are also been made. Then you know about these international issues, Indus Water Treaty 1960. So recent status, you know, the government of India has decided that India's Water Treaty 1960 will be held in abeyance with immediate effect. Intimated to government of Pakistan by this DO letter by our secretary on 24th April 2024 due to cross-border terrorism by Pakistan targeting Indian Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, that you are all aware. So there are different international issues like Bangladesh, Ganga and Tista issues are there. Then Nepal, Kosi, Gandak, Mahakali rivers. Okay. Then China also, that I already told you that Brahmaputra and other rivers, that the concern in India over this possible flow reduction in an ecological impact on downstream due to construction of dam in Upper Siang. Okay, that already been studied by NERIWALM and submitted the draft report to the Government of India Ministry. Then now this very soon it will be finalized. Okay. Then Bhutan, of course, it is positive that friendly relationship going on between India and Bhutan. Then that we are implementing and collaborating with Government of Bhutan, Royal Government of Bhutan on hydropower development. Okay. Have you visited any area of Bhutan recently during your after your posting here? Huh? No. Okay. But you can come is because Bhutan international border is very near. It's very near to Tezpur in our institute. Okay. Only 1.5 hours journey from the institute. You can go to the Government of Bhutan international border and even you can see that scope is there. So yeah. There are many challenges in water resource management. So like infrastructure of large storage reservoir canals are required to evenly distribute the water resources in space and time to ensure the supply of water where and when required. Creation and maintenance of such infrastructure will require intensive capital investment also and environmental cost. So these are different challenges. Then water sector governance, how this governance is made. So already different constitutional. Are you hungry? Because it is, what is the time now? Okay. So I'm so that's why I'm quickly presenting these slides. So some constitutional provisions are also made. Entries are made under 17 under list 2 of the state list in 7th schedule. That water, that is to say that water supplies, irrigations, canal, drainage and embankments. Dole moi class to লৈ আছো আপোনাক কল বেক কৰি আছো লব point ঠিক আছে. So these are the constitutional provisions are made in Indian constitutions regarding water. International river basins are also there. Significant water resources of India are borne by international river basins. like Brahmaputra and some other rivers also there. The water is a state subject. You know that mostly center provides a fund and sharing on sometimes sharing basis, sometimes on fully funded for development of these water resources of the country. Like Polapuram project, do you know about who is aware about the Polapuram project? That is entirely funded by Government of India, our ministry, Polapuram project. Okay. So yeah, it's a state subject, but our ministry is funding, fully funded by center, our ministry. Okay, Polapuram project. Dam Safety Act, you know, because I already told you more than 5,000 dams are there. Dam Safety Act has been enacted in 2021. Then National Dam Safety Authority, NDSA, has been constituted by ministry to mainly to focus this dam safety and other areas for development of dams. That Godavari River Management Board, Krishna River Management Board, these are the arrangement like Brahmaputra Board for Brahmaputra Basin. So different boards are made by our ministry. So for development of the major river basins mainly and management of the resources. Okay. So but mainly is the state affairs, but our ministry is supporting the activities of the state governments for development of the proper development of the water resources. So there are about 160 interstate river water agreements, okay, made in past, so which play significant role in management of water resources of the country. Okay. So there are still conflicts are there on water sharing, okay, but between co-basin states because of different issues. Because there issues are there like mismanagement, wastage of resources, public at large is deprived of the benefits. Okay, because private sector participation is also required for development of this. Now government is promoting for the participation of the private sector in water resource management of the country, and they are associating this private sector in different programs, including the capacity building. That our institute is also providing capacity building and programs, training programs to the private sector, so that they can efficiently deliver, then efficiently work for proper development of the water resources of the country. Okay. So that I already told you, private sector participations. That let us come to the some propositions for improvement of the water management scenario in the country. Because we can adopt widely this water saving agricultural practices, because before us one of the major challenges is the water use efficiency. Requirement is increasing, so that's why we have to practice this water saving agricultural technologies, that is direct seeding, mulching, laser land leveling, precision farming and any other means. That is one of the propositions, and work persuasion of this is already going on. Can we mainstream this pricing of water in agriculture, because as a signal to encourage the water saving practice, water pricing, which is yet to be implemented on volumetric basis. What we are doing at present is on area basis, this pricing is there, but there is that is not encouraging from point of view of water saving. Okay, so volumetric basis of water pricing should be there. Can our village communities do water budgeting and match supply and demand? Okay, there should be some budgeting, like our own budget, income budget. So there should be some budget about the water also, supply and water demand. Then the status of sustainability of drinking water resources, and make action plan to restore degraded sources by converging resources. And Honorable Secretary also disclosed that Honorable Minister has already decided that next Jal Shakti Abhijan will focus on this aspect. So, to what extent we can increase the water storage, both large and small, to cope with the climate change, induce variability and cater to growth in demand. Okay. In water circular economy, which has been already implemented by states like Haryana, Karnataka, Gujarat, etc. Yes. So we have already made vision that Honorable Prime Minister already gave us that vision that to make our nation a developed nation by 2047. In his one of the Independence Day address, that Honorable Prime Minister also told that water should be managed in such a way that its scarcity does not come in the way of India's development, and adequate water should be available to meet the country's need in 21st century. Okay. Because when we reach this developed nation status, our water requirement will be much more. At the time, probably what we have already decided that 135 liter per capita per day, that also may revision of that standard. And there may not be much difference between these rural and urban areas, and water requirement what we are keeping at present for the rural areas, like 70 to 80% of 80 liter per capita per day. That will also come up to almost around equal to these urban areas. Then water requirement will be much more higher what we are having at present. So we may also have to revise these Indian standard norms also. Okay. So then definitely there is no other alternative except practicing water efficient technologies. So my appeal to all of you that since you are also a part of this big water management group in the country of the ministry, so definitely so you will look into it, and you will also provide your input, because in future, so all of you will be playing major role in management of water of our great nation. Thank you.